Metabolism is a complex set of pathways that determine the energy requirements of a person. Metabolism at its baseline is all the chemical reactions that occur within a body, and this is centered around the body's production of ATP to drive metabolic processes throughout the body. A person's metabolism can change drastically throughout the day, throughout their life, and also changes drastically from person to person. A person's metabolism, for example, during puberty is at a very, very high point, and a person needs an excess of calories to maintain body weight. But as we get older, metabolism slows down, and you can see this with increase in body fat if the same amount of calories were intaked. There's also a large difference from person to person. Someone that's very, very tall, has a lot of muscle mass, is going to have a higher baseline metabolism than someone that may be shorter with a higher percentage of body fat. Another thing that can also determine metabolism is just a person's activity level. Someone that is out running all day has a high activity level compared to someone that does not expend as much energy and then does not have as high of a calorie requirement. Another thing that's kind of important to consider is a person's muscle mass versus body fat. Just having a larger amount of muscle mass requires a larger amount of calories to maintain. So a person with a higher percentage of muscle mass is going to need more calories and therefore have a higher baseline metabolism. Then there's also a genetic component. Every person's genes are going to dictate a baseline of metabolism, and that will vary person to person based on the ancestry that they came from. Additionally, there are some hormones that will help control metabolism. One of the first one is ghrelin. That is the hunger hormone. Essentially, before you're ready to eat, you kind of get that rumble in your stomach and you're feeling hungry, the hypothalamus will release the ghrelin, and that will kind of allow your body to feel hungry and want to acquire food. Leptin is another hunger hormone that we have. This one is kind of the opposite of the ghrelin. This one is the satiated or the feeling full hormone. When this one is released, your body doesn't feel that need to go out and acquire more calories or eat. There's a couple other hormones that also exist. Cortisol, or just our stress hormone. When that one is high, it can trigger your body to want to acquire more calories, just as when we're stressed, our body thinks that there needs to be an excess of calories to help deal with that stress and then also prepare our bodies for the future of potentially dealing with another stressful situation. The other big area is our thyroid that releases T3, T4, and our TSH hormones. And our T3 and our T4 are really responsible for helping drive the process and speed of metabolism. A person with a thyroid disease, if they're underproducing those hormones, will actually gain weight because their metabolism is actually slowed. And if there's an overproduction of the T3 and T4, for example, with Graves' disease, a person can lose weight drastically as there's just an excess amount of those hormones being put throughout the body that is drastically increasing the person's metabolism.